Thank you for watching Power News with your host, Shikama. This video is a follow-up to the video about the Obamacare subsidy video. In that video, I said that sources had indicated that if you received a subsidy, that at the end of the year, you would have to pay back the full amount of the subsidy that you had received during the entire year, and that money would come out of your tax refund. A couple of clarifications, and I want you to be a little bit logical on this. So the document that we're talking about is the Affordable Health Care Act, right? The Affordable Patient Care Act. The Obamacare, also known as Obamacare. So just you understand that the Obamacare is very, very long, and it covers a whole host of areas dealing with not only taxes but debt, and it is basically a tax reform, but it also covers debt, and it covers health insurance, and it covers this whole notion of whether or not you can afford health care, and it talks about plans, but those plans are just guidelines. The actual people that you would pay would be the health conglomerates that have come together that include insurers in your state, and those who are really going to pay. So as such, they do not have access to your income tax. Only the federal government has access to that. To go along with it, then of course they had to assure the insurance companies that they would get some sort of benefit out of it, and the benefit is that the people paid the subsidies would have to pay that back every year. Now, clarification: there is another section of the bill that says if you change income levels for the better and you do not report this change in income on your health care, on your Obamacare, they will come after you on your tax return and take the difference between the new income level and the old income level, and you would have to pay that in full. That is in addition to those already receiving a tax subsidy or a healthcare subsidy for Obamacare. That is in addition to. So that is a separate thing. Now, another clarification: there are those who were saying that should this include the earned income tax credit, and that for those who do not understand, that is for those who do not make a certain amount of money but they have tax deductions such as children. They can claim exempt and they can claim earned income credit. So they will, although they work all year, they can receive a full refund of the taxes that they paid in addition to an earned income credit. So even though men don't qualify for welfare because they're not women, and women are somehow deemed to not be able to have to work, men can claim the earned income tax credit and receive more in a refund in taxes than they did in putting it in while they worked. So, to my knowledge, and from what my research led me to believe, that is also included. So it is a total amount, it's not a separate amount. So if you receive a subsidy under Obamacare, at the end of the year, you will be required to pay the full amount of the subsidy every year, and that will include earned income tax credit. So that means all of the poor people will have to, no matter what, pay. You people just in general, nobody will be receiving a tax refund. Here is what you really should do. Instead of paying taxes on every paycheck, what you should do is claim the most amount of deductions that you possibly can at the beginning of each year, so that little to no taxes is taken out. Then at the end of the year, if you owe taxes, then you would pay the amount that you owe. So I'm not saying don't pay taxes. I'm saying don't give your money to the federal government for an entire year to hold, where you do not receive any interest on that money that they get to keep for a year and then refund to you. Instead, you keep the money, be an adult, invest the money, however little it is, in a CD or something like that, anything that draws interest, and you will be ahead of the game. Even if you are poor, you can still make money and you can still invest. There is no reason that a poor person has to remain poor. So those are the clarifications. Yes, if you have a difference in income, you will pay the full the difference in subsidy. Also, if you receive a subsidy on Obamacare, you will have to pay the full amount of the subsidy, which will be deducted out of your tax refund, and that tax refund includes earned income tax credit. This is in the bill. Now, as usual, my sources dry up, especially when it comes to politics. My sources dry up, they're removed, they're sent cease and desist letters, they are threatened with lawsuits, they are threatened with real threats like we're going to kill you if you don't shut up. And even the source that I had with the exact bill, the Obamacare bill, was removed from online, that I had been relying on to go back and refer to and read. This was the unedited version of the Obamacare bill. That was removed. So, for those people who say, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, I haven't seen this anywhere. Of course you haven't seen this anywhere. I look for things that are controversial, that peek out a little bit of the light coming out of the darkness. And when I find it, I report on it. And of course, that is shut down almost immediately. All right, thank you for watching Power News. Leave a comment below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel at www.youtube.com/user/Shakama. All one word. Thank you for watching.